This is Cooking with the Bells. We're opposite today. I normally stand over there, but since I'm manning the griddle, it's got me messed up on where my arm should go.
Okay, we got this. So today we're gonna make Mojito Mocktails. I thought it was very, very suitable.
The director is on set, 11 months old, and blowing some raspberries over in her bouncer, if y'all hear that.
Yeah. But she's adorable, so it's fine. So, what I'm going to do for these mocktails, while I feel like gust of wind coming in on us.
It is a very windy day here in the piney woods of East Texas. I actually have some bell peppers going over on the griddle, so I'm just going to give those a nice little swirl. Make sure we're not getting overly browned.
So I have probably 6 sweet mint leaves, and I'm just going to kind of tear them and bruise them. I'm doing this instead of muddling. If you want to muddle them, you can. We have witnessed what happens when I try to muddle things.
Go back.
One day I will have a proper muddler and proper drink making. So I just want to make sure these are good and bruised. I'm just rolling them in between my fingers so that they release their oils.
And you can definitely tell that they are, because I'm starting to get whiffs of it in the nice little wind gust that's coming my way.
And then I'm just gonna grab some more leafies. She's gonna go stir those peppers we got started. Peppers always take the longest on the griddle, so we went ahead and got them started while we were waiting on this dang wind.
Because they're so thick.
And then I'm just gonna repeat that process in this glass. Like I said, I'm just ripping them and rubbing them in between my fingers to try and bruise them so they release sweet minty oil. She's adorable. Right. And now, this is fresh squeezed lime juice. So I'm just gonna take a tablespoon for each glass. That wasn't quite full, so we're gonna and I'm just gonna give it a nice little stirry action. Make lots of clinking noises so like I know what I'm doing. And then I believe you need the rest of this.
We're gonna reserve the rest of this for our recipe.
And then I'm just gonna top our glasses with some ice. That was almost perfect.
It was.
And then we're just gonna fill these up with lemon lime soda. As always, use your favorite. You can also use diet lemon lime soda and use like a simple syrup to sweeten it and muddle your mint with that if that's the route you want to go. All up to you. And then last thing I'm gonna do is just give them a quick little stir. And of course you can make these in separate glasses and then strain them out if you don't like all the mint leaves being in your glass. But
I like mint. So I'm good with it.
I'm just gonna...
How beautiful is that?
Do a little garnish. It's looking a little sad because the sun was on our table earlier. But that's it.
Cheers! Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And it pairs perfectly with what we're making today.
Which would be?
We are making carnitas on our Blackstone. I'm just gonna go ahead and check my peppers over here. They're getting a nice color to them. They still need just a little bit longer. It's really up to personal preference how long you want to cook them. If you still want the crunch still, I like a little crunch still, but I do like that caramelization that they get.
They're getting like those nice little blistered spots on them, almost like if you roast a whole pepper over a fire. It looks so good.
I'll let this continue to cook while we come over here and get our pork. So we have a boneless pork loin that we smoked on our smoker, and you can watch that episode. But we diced it a little, we shredded it a little, just got it nice and broken down.
Nice little bite-sized pieces. And as always, that video along with all the recipes will be in the description below.
So I have about a cup of broth here that I'm just gonna pour over, and that is chicken broth, but you could also use like a beer if you wanted, or you could use vegetable broth, or really if you wanted to use just water, you could season it up really well, but we just want it for that moisture. And then I have a fourth of a cup of orange juice that I'm just gonna pour over as well. It's gonna give it that nice citrusy flavor while also adding some moisture. And I'm just gonna incorporate it. And then I have the leftover lime juice from our mojito recipe, and it's probably about, I'd say, half a cup.
Yeah, it should be roughly half a cup.
But in carnitas, I feel like a strong lime flavor is good. So I'm just gonna give it a good stir, make sure it's nice and moist. I'm gonna add in about a teaspoon of garlic powder, about a teaspoon of onion powder, and you're gonna see that I'm gonna add diced onion as well, but I feel like adding onion powder just kind of elevates that onion flavor a little bit. Probably a half a teaspoon of paprika. I say probably when I'm doing these things because obviously I don't measure out each individual spice because it's up to, you know, our own personal taste buds. So you can do whatever you want at home, but you'll be able to see our exact measurements on the recipe. Just a sprinkle of chili powder. I don't like a whole lot of chili powder on these, but I do like a generous amount of cumin.
I smell it.
Yes, it smells great. I add a little black pepper, not a ton, because I'm also using cayenne, which if your family is sensitive to really spicy things, I wouldn't add very much cayenne at all, or you can omit it completely. So I'm just giving it a little dash there, just because like a little kick is good, I think.
Yes, I agree with that. Enough to kind of make your mouth light up, but you're not like, where's my drink?
Yes, exactly. So I'm just giving that a good stir. Making sure the seasonings get incorporated into our liquid and onto our pork.
Would you say this is something you could do like a night or two before and just have it in your fridge if you wanted?
For sure. It would act like a marinade, and so it would really, really accept those spices. And then I'm just going to add my onion. Now, I would not add my onion and let it sit in the fridge like that. I would just do the pork and the seasonings with broth. But because you want to retain some of that crunchiness of that onion to where they caramelize well on the Blackstone. So I'm just mixing in my onion with it. Now, also personal preference. If you are not huge on onion, you can leave those out, or you can cook them separately if not everybody in your family likes them. That way, you can just add them directly onto your taco or burrito or nachos or whatever you're going to be using the carnitas for.
And we used half of a large onion today.
Yes, it was a very generous onion. It was huge. So I would say one whole small or half of a large. But once again, like everything here, personal preference. So I'm just going to bring over my nice little mixed up batch. I'm going to check my peppers over here.
They look so good.
Oh, they do. I'm just going to push them off to the side here because I know where my heat spots are, and so if I just put them in this little corner that doesn't heat up a ton, I think they're going to be okay. That way I can just leave them there and let them stay warm. So I'm going to go ahead and this is already nice preheated, oiled. So I'm going to just dump this all out. Now some of that liquid is escaping towards my grease trap, and that's okay because I had a lot of liquid with these. But while they were cooking or, warming through, I wanted them to stay moist. I like a little crispiness to my carnitas, but I don't want them to be like dried out pork.
Yes, dried out pork is no fun for anyone. It just kind of, I don't know, it's almost like cotton balls in your mouth to me.
Yes, I would say that that's an accurate representation there.
How long do you think we're gonna kind of sit here, keep these moved around?
Honestly, probably about 15 minutes or so, just because I wanted them to absorb that moisture, but I also want to be able to get that nice like caramelization on some of them, especially the onions. I want those to get nice and warm. So I want to talk about all the liquid real quick. I know it looks like a lot of liquid, but as they're cooking, it's going to start evaporating. Some of it's going to fall back into your grease trap, and that's okay as long as you have your grease trap attached so it catches it. But you just want to make sure you have plenty of liquid, that way that pork stays moist. But it's okay if you lose some liquid or if it evaporates, because you don't want like a soggy taco or anything. You want it to evaporate or just to cook into that pork. So I'm going to go ahead and grab our plate right here and plate up my first tortilla. And I'm going to go ahead and move this front one a little further back. Everybody has different, spots on their griddle that might cook a little faster or slower than others, just depending on how level the table is and that sort of thing. Stir my pork while I'm right here. Getting some nice crispy bits into it. So our pork is definitely cooked and done, and we had those peppers earlier that I'm going to plate up with it. Our neighbors are saying hi. If you can hear that in the background. I'm going to go ahead and plate up a little bit of carnita, a pepper or two on that first one. Okay, and that second tortilla is done, so I'm going to go ahead and plate that up. And our sweet director is just ready for her second nap of the day. So excuse her sassy attitude. I get grumpy when I'm tired too. I'm going to go ahead and cut the heat on my Blackstone. I'm going to move over here. Since I have the onion already mixed in with the pork, I'm just going to add a little bit of cilantro to our taco here. And then Kate's going to come in here with us, and we're going to have a bite.
Oh, I'm so excited. The director just needed a little walk and bounce.
And they are beautiful. So excited. Oh, and the tortillas, they're so great too. Oh, it's definitely hot.
Yes. So good.
It's perfect. I was kind of worried about all that liquid myself until it started evaporating, but I think it kept it just moist enough.
It's a trust the process moment because it looks like a ton, but I promise it evaporates.
Yeah.
And then you get that nice char.
And it keeps your onions from burning while you're trying to get that crispiness on the pork, because we all know that onions can go from caramelized to burnt really quickly. But I guess that is it for today.
Like always, if you liked this video, you laughed with us, or maybe at us, we wouldn't blame you. Or if you were just entertained, please consider hitting the like button down below.
And if you want to see more from us and you like what you see, you like our recipes, you like our antics, maybe think about subscribing below as well. And as always, the recipes will be linked to our website down below, so go visit that and get a nice printable form of it. Well,
I think we're gonna dig in.
bye.